That's what makes me proud. That'll never be on TV. Huh?
Hello, I'm Bhavya Patel, and at this time I'd like to introduce those on the podium. The Board of Education President, Mr. Mark Gilbert, the Superintendent, Mr. Todd Bowling, the Principal, Mr. Jack Fisher, the Assistant Principal for Seniors, Mr. Mike Stevens, Assistant Principal for Juniors, Mrs. Erin Davis, Assistant Principal for Sophomores, Mr. Matt Hawes, Assistant Principal for Freshmen, Mr. Sean Ryan, and the SUMAs, Sophia Bick, Chrissy Feldman, Analu Gaynor, myself, Bhavya Patel, and Andrew Ryu.
My name is Andrew Ryu, and at this time, I'm going to list off the student recognitions and awards. This year's senior class has performed at an extremely high level. Over the next few minutes, we're going to honor many students for their academic excellence. To start, we would like to announce that the class of 2021 has earned over $3 million in scholarship money. Congratulations to all the students that have earned these scholarships. We'd like to highlight some specific achievements from this year's senior class. For each of these recognitions, we would ask that you rise when your name is read so that you can be appropriately recognized. At this time, we'd like to recognize this year's class officers in the senior class for their leadership and their achievements. They have been exemplary in their leadership in organizing activities throughout all 4 years. Additionally, we wish to say thanks to the senior class president, Uriah Dawson, and the 2021 class officers for their leadership. It is my pleasure to introduce the Herff Jones Students of the Year for 2021. These two seniors are known for their leadership, spirit, pride, talents, and intelligence. This year's award winners are Analu Gaynor and Freddie Johnson.
At this time, I am proud to recognize members of the elite 32-14-20 club. The criteria for membership are earning a 32 or higher on the ACT and a 1420 or higher on the SAT. It is important to note that the SAT score represents a change in the scoring system from past years. These scores represent the 99th percentile scores on these two prestigious standardized tests. Students who qualify for this honor have scored in the 99th percentile nationally on both of these college entrance exams. The following students are members of the 32-14-20 Club and are wearing white cords this evening. Please stand as your name is called. Sophia Bick, James Hadley, Andrew Ryu, and Alexander Thornycroft. We would now like to honor two students who are named National Merit Finalists. Every year, around 1.6 million high school juniors take the PSAT. From there, just 15,000 are awarded finalist status. At CHS, we had two of these students, and they are Sophia Bick and Alexander Thornycroft. Additionally, in the class of 2021, we have a student who scored a perfect score on the ACT of a 36. We would like to recognize Alexander Thornycroft. Congratulations.
Hello, my name is Sophia Bick. In the class of 2021, we also have a student who is named a Presidential Scholar. Presidential Scholars recognize and honor some of our nation's most distinguished graduating high school seniors who demonstrate ability and accomplishment in career and technical education fields. The Presidential Scholar from CHS is Anna Lou Gaynor. Next, we would like to recognize those students who have earned an honors diploma. To obtain an honors diploma, students must meet strict coursework requirements. These students have met stringent course requirements and other required components. The requirements include a 3.5 GPA or higher, a 27 or higher on the ACT, and a 1280 or higher on the SAT. Congratulations to the 54 students who have earned an honors diploma this year. Students, please stand to be recognized. And now for the Butler Tech recognitions. For each of these recognitions, we would ask that you rise when your name is read, that you can be appropriately recognized. This year, 225 members of the class of 2021 participated in a 2-year career and technical education program through Butler Tech. Their teachers were asked to choose Students of the Year who represent the tops in the class for each field of study. When your name is called, please stand and remain standing. Please hold your applause until all names are read. This year's Butler Tech Students of the Year are, for Criminal Justice, Catherine Reedy and Christopher Weldon. For Diesel Technology, Aiden Sig. For Health Technologies, Eva Poe. For Financial Services, Anna Lou Gaynor.
Everybody stand.
For Sports Medicine, Deshayla Jackson. For Construction, Nicholas Allen. For Digital Media, Lane Smith. For Cosmetology, Madison Von Risen. For Precision Machining, Andrew Lewis and Mitchell Kelly. And for Programming and Software, Perry Lee and Amaya Bryant. Congratulations to this year's Butler Tech Students of the Year. One of the new initiatives of our high school redesign process is the reality that certain students will be able to graduate from high school with more than a diploma. This year, we have one student that not only has earned their high school diploma, but they will also leave CHS with an associate degree from St. Clair College. That student is Christy Feldman.
The National Honor Society serves to acknowledge those students who have demonstrated excellence in the area of scholarship, leadership, service, and character. Many of these members of the National Honor Society were inducted at the end of the junior year. These students were presented with gold tassels. Congratulations to the 25 members of the National Honor Society. Please stand to be recognized. The National Technical Honor Society looks to honor, recognize, and empower students and teachers in the career and technical education. Congratulations to the 25 members of the National Technical Honor Society. Please stand to be recognized. And now, Senior Administrator Mr. Mike Stevens will announce the graduation awards.
We also want to honor those students who have achieved special designations based on their hard work and preparation over the last 4 years. These students receive gold stoles as recognition of their achievement. Students recognized as cum laude have earned a grade point average of 3.57 through 4.15, weighted GPA. Congratulations to the 62 students who have earned this distinction of cum laude. Students that receive this designation, please rise and be recognized. Students recognized as magna cum laude have earned a grade point average of 4.39 through 4.16, weighted GPA. Congratulations to the 20 students who have earned this distinction of magna cum laude. Magna cum laude students, please stand and be recognized. Lastly, students recognized as summa cum laude have earned a grade point average of 4.40 or higher weighted GPA. Congratulations to the 6 students who have earned this distinction of summa cum laude. Summa cum laude students, please rise and be recognized.
We would now like to recognize all of our students who will be serving our country. We have confirmation that the following students will serve our country in the armed forces. Students, as your name is called, please rise and stay standing. Hold all applause till the end. Carly Aldrich, U.S. Army. Kagendra Dungle, U.S. Army National Guard. Dalton Douglas, U.S. Army. Aiden Duncan, U.S. Marine Corps. Chris Johnson, U.S. Air Force. Yoel Kasai, U.S. Air Force. Ishore Rai, U.S. Army. Cameron Richter, U.S. Army. Tyrell Russell, U.S. Air Force. Wesley Saylor, U.S. Air Force. And Chris Weldon, U.S. Navy. You may be seated. As you know, Memorial Day is approaching. We know that many in the audience have given themselves to serve our country. We would ask that anyone here today that has served in our armed forces please stand to be recognized. Congratulations and thank you for your service. Now please welcome Senior Class Principal, Mr. Stevens.
Good afternoon. My name is Mike Stevens, and I'm the 12th grade administrator here at Colerain High School. It has truly been an honor and a privilege to serve as the grade level administrator for the past 4 years and see you all grow and develop. Your arrival as freshmen signaled a transition in your development, but no one could have imagined what we would be faced with in our 4 years together. From those very first days, I was impressed with your desire to work with the staff, your peers, and community to challenge and improve yourselves by building lasting relationships, learning new things, and immersing yourselves in a wide variety of opportunities. It is your willingness to face those challenges and your reactions to the adversity that often arises that has fostered your accomplishments and developed you into the mature young adults that are sitting here today. While everyone expects high school to place new and unique demands on students, nothing could have prepared us for the trials of adjusting to school during a pandemic. 2020 and the beginning of 2021 was a watershed for us all. So this year, instead of issuing a challenge to the class of 2021, I would like to express my gratitude to you. Gratitude for adapting to the plethora of new technologies thrown your way. Now, you guys are experts on Zoom, Google Meet, Google Docs, Google Slides, Google Sheets, Google Forms, as well as Pear Deck, Parlay, Jamboard, Flipgrid, Edgelastic, Desmotes, Kahoot, and so many more. Gratitude for humoring us as we stumble through teaching with said new technology while we ourselves were learning how to use it. Gratitude for accepting limits of quarantining, remote learning, masking up, social distancing, being a close contact, and of course, life in a cohort. Gratitude for teaching us that learning doesn't have to stop just because the way we live, work, and interact has to change. Most of all, I offer my gratitude for the example you set overcoming the obstacles of the last year and a half by continuing to following your own paths. While no one's path is ever a straight line, the class of 2021's path resembled a seismograph during an earthquake. Yet through it all, you stayed focused on your goals and continued to excel at academics, at the advanced placement, College Credit Plus, honors, and advanced levels, as well as with your career education and Butler Tech programs, or in athletics, music, art, and drama. Whatever you put in effort to, you accomplished. With a little luck and a lot of science, I hope that none of us will ever face another hectic year and a half like this one, but I feel confident in knowing that this class, the class of 2021, heads into adulthood, understanding that you should never stop learning. You must seize the opportunities that will be coming your way, and you have to lean into the uncomfortable, knowing it brings you closer to achieving your goal. Charles Schwab, an American steel magnate, once said, "The way to develop the best that is in a person is by appreciation and encouragement." I appreciate the fortitude the Colerain class of 2021 has demonstrated, and I encourage each of you to carry that vigor with you into your future, knowing that you have overcome a pandemic, conquered high school, and most assuredly are in control of your own destiny. Thank you, and congratulations to each and every one of you here today. Next, we will hear from the student who has chosen to represent our SUMAs. It is my pleasure to introduce Christy Feldman.
Good afternoon. I would like to thank you all for coming to celebrate with us the Colerain High School class of 2021. We have all worked incredibly hard over the last 12 years to make it to this moment, this stage, and this graduation. It is with excitement and pride that I congratulate us all on achieving this milestone. I would like to start off with a quote from author Rachel Anders, who once said, "The journey of a lifetime starts with the turning of a page." And here we are, not only turning a page, but ending a chapter. High school may have first seemed like a never-ending narrative, but as we stand here today, we can feel and see that it is more than that. It is a collection of moments and memories, lessons and growth, and friendships and relationships that have made one magnificent chapter in our lives. It was full of excitement and disappointment, laughter and tears, happiness and even sorrow. But above all, it had plot. We witnessed it had a delicate beginning, an eventful middle, and as we all know now, a complex but exciting end. We have written a story here at Colerain High School that will follow us for years to come. And not only will we carry it with us, we will be adding bigger and better chapters to follow it. So as you begin the next chapter of your journey, whatever you call it, college, career, vocation, military, or any other passion, be sure to fill your pages with things that really matter. As we leave here today, the final words will have been written, and our new chapter will begin. We will take all we've been given and everything we've earned to start a new journey and create futures that are even bigger and brighter than we can imagine. Let's go forth and continue our story. Congratulations, class of 2021. Next, I would like to introduce Mr. Jack Fisher to deliver the principal's address.
You always notice different things about graduations. This is graduation number 20 for me. I think honestly I might graduate high school this year and do something else. It's been 20 of these. I've enjoyed every single one of them. I'm just curious, seniors, a lot of you have spent a lot of time with Mr. Stevens. Anybody want to see a selfie tomorrow morning of the top of his head burnt? Because I got a feeling he's going to have issues. We got a few of us older bald guys up here on the stage. I want to thank you. I said to you the other day in rehearsal how much I admire you and I appreciate what you've done. Quite frankly, and I said this in our principals meeting the other day, I've enjoyed this year tremendously. And you could say, well, how is that with everything that's gone on? Problems build character. If it was sunshine all the time, we would not get to experience and learn how to live through trials and tribulations. And you guys have been a role model. We've had a great academic year, a great year on the field, in the classroom, in clubs. I could almost point to almost every single activity that we offer, and there's this list of successes that we've all had. And so I admire this class for what you've done. Don't let anyone tell you differently, that you've been robbed or you missed out and things like that. Certainly things have been difficult at times, but you have persevered. I want to thank our staff. This, obvious, as Mr. Stevens alluded to, has been a year like no other. We started the year in cohorts. Well, really, we started last March. I remember standing in a faculty meeting saying to the staff, look, I don't know what's going to happen in the next few days, but there's a possibility we could go out on remote learning. And before I could get the sentence out of my mouth, a staff member jumped up in the back of the room and said, the governor just shut us down for the next few weeks. So we didn't even make it through the staff meeting, and off we went. My remarks, and I hope that you'll bear with me for just a couple of minutes while I read this. My remarks, we had just left in March. We were confused, some sad, probably a couple people happy they got to work from home. But as the days went on, it was getting harder and harder to figure out. And quite frankly, whether you believe this or not, those of us that got into education, we got into it to be with students. So being without students, being home at our computers and doing different things, Chromebook pickups and book pickups, and then getting through the individual graduations, which we did over 300 of those last year. But there was a time towards the end of March, early April, that a lot of us were struggling. We missed each other, we missed you as students, and we wondered what the future would hold. In the midst of that, a student wrote a letter. And it's a student, I won't give her name, I don't want to embarrass her. I do want to say, for the record, I'm not plagiarizing remarks. 20 years from now, when I run for the presidency and somebody posts a social video saying I plagiarized, I'm acknowledging up front, these are not my words. All right, so somebody put that on Facebook. But in the midst of that, a student wrote a letter, and I, quite frankly, sat at my computer and cried as I read it. And then I asked this student, could I send it to the staff? And she said, absolutely. And within really minutes of sending it and giving people time to read it, I got all kinds of comments back. And I knew that these comments would have a lasting effect on me and many of us. And quite frankly, at the time when we needed it most, because we had no idea what was going to happen over the next few weeks. And so I'm not going to read you the whole thing. I would ask that you bear with me. We're running fast, and so that's on purpose. So give me 2 minutes if you would, but I want to read. There is no speech that I could have written for today, and like I said, this is graduation number 20, that would have captured how I feel about Colerain High School any more than this. And I'm already going to tell you that I'm going to cry, so let's just get that off the board right now, all right? The letter reads, hello, I'm a student that walks your halls every day. You might know me from the long hours I've spent with you preparing or practicing for whatever club I was currently in, or in my rapid pace walking through your halls, hurrying from class to class to ensure I was never late. I honestly think your mark on my life began a generation before mine. When I was little, my parents would reminisce about the good old days spent with you on that special day that would come for me to go to school. I was put on the track one day and put in your hallways. I learned that unity brings laughter. I learned that the symbol of the cardinal represents happy days, an underdog spirit, an oh so sweet victory, the kind that only comes from blood, sweat, and tears. So let's just say it was love at first sight. The first step to growing and growing up was spent in the hours in the gym, sweating and yelling with deep bonds with students I probably would have never crossed paths with. That was freshman year. I found no greater pride than playing for the Cardinal that was on my uniform. And more than anything, I wanted to be good so that people could understand that you are good. You are not just a rundown school that's only good at football. You are so much more, and you have offered many things for many people, for people's dreams to come true. Any athlete that plays on your court, your turf, your track, learns a couple of things right off the bat. It's not going to be easy. We don't have the fanciest weight room. We don't have all the kids that grew up playing club sports their whole life, but we have big dreams. We have things that are stronger. That is part of what I've learned from you, Colerain. Slow down, play with your heart, play with the memories of hot gyms with no air conditioning. Thank goodness we have that now. Play with your friendships that have been growing since elementary. Play with a chip on your shoulder from anyone who doesn't think you're good enough. Thank you for those lessons. A lot of people don't know those things, but your students do, and we have become successful for that. In your classrooms and hallways, it's just a little different from the average school. There are all kinds of people. These are people from all over the world. People from down the street, people who create wonderful art or know everything about football or can speak 3 languages. There are people of different colors, backgrounds, each with their own unique story and family heritage, that if you'd listen for just a couple of seconds, it would open your mind and heart. There are plenty of kids with broken hearts, anxious minds, addicted bodies, but if you'd get to know these same kids, you'd learn that these students have the most beautiful voices or fiery senses of humor or geniuses for brains. They have so much to give, and they teach the teachers they study under a lot more than college has taught them. Colerain, you never once told me you don't belong. You have never said that the struggles were not welcome. You take everyone in. You try to help them find their place in the world. We all bring in our own stories through your doors, and sometimes that can be chaotic. But you say that's okay. You tell us that we are fighters, that we can find unity. You open your floors to dirty shoes, fallen ranch dressing, lost papers, spilled Dunkin' Donuts, and I would add Starbucks, because you are willing to take it all for your students so they have the chance to grow. Sometimes it's uncomfortable. Doesn't feel like we're in paradise. Sometimes you lose friends. You don't feel thankful for not having a tight-knit clique. Sometimes you mess up. You fail a test. Your patience runs dry or your motivation falls short. Sometimes those days are exactly what we need, though. We won't appreciate the sunny days if all we ever have is sunny days. So when the skies go dark and you have a gazillion assignments due the next day and you can't sleep, it'll be easy to look forward to the football games, spirit weeks, and the plain old good days that just bring some peace. But when those desolate days come, your faculty collects some of your enduring spirit and figures out some crazy way to be light for students. It may be a chocolate chip cookie from Mr. Weaver, a math joke from Miss Gunn, a Taylor Swift reference from Miss Stroby, a disgruntled but hilarious comment from Mr. Dowling, a sarcastic jest from Coach Joe, a senior Richterism that'll be repeated for days after, a smiley face cookie from Miss Lewis, a genuine conversation with Miss Hatzel, a roast from Miss Lockman, a what's up from Coach Wiseman, a mint or two from Miss Enderly, and a totally off-topic conversation with Mr. Hogan, an incredible show of patience from Miss Ritchie, and so many other moments that bring people together. Something about you, Colerain, makes generosity and perseverance the norm. I would continue this letter and talk about all I've learned from sophomore and junior year, but that's not your story. I want to get right to the point here and talk about love. Love is seeing your teacher work football concessions, being called by name by the principal, counselors who work extra hours to bring students success, thoughtful compliments from the lunch workers, crashing the field after a football game and seeing the whole town there, cookies bought for the quiz team, seniors who love on the freshmen, friends who follow the show cards to their competitions, hugs in the hallways, the all-filled elementary kids high-fiving football players on Friday nights, ultimate frisbee on the turf, skyline after literally everything, teachers driving to houses to drop off food, confidence in knowing your teacher will be there an hour early to help you if needed. Class lines don't matter, going crazy at wrestling matches, family members' pictures on our high school walls, tearing up every time the football players run out, honest conversations with compassionate teachers, and forgiveness. Teachers making sure kids have lunch money, people that make sure no one sits alone, a traveling fan section for the single swimming state qualifier, and unexpected friendships that turn into inseparable souls. This is love. No one tells anyone else they can't do it, that they aren't from the right places, and that their mistakes doom them. Because love is the expectation. Your character is courageous. Your culture is that of a family. We mess up, we fight, we have bad days, we have timeouts, but we love deeply. We forgive, we hug it out, we cherish the small successes, and are humble about the big ones. We are a melting pot of every kind of person you can think of and would not change that for the world. Because your character is courageous, your culture is family, love is an expectation, and you have to stick to that. Colerain, dear friend, I will miss you and miss being enveloped in a place that only made me better. But just as you have ridden out the rainy days before, you will do it again until we meet again. Colerain High School. All right, now what we've come here for, right? If the attendants would get ready, in just a minute we will start the roll call. At this time, I'm honored to introduce to you our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Todd Bowling. Mr. Bowling, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the members of the Colerain High School class of 2021.
On behalf of the Northwest Local School District, I wish to congratulate the graduating class of 2021. Mr. Fisher, the credentials of the candidates presented here this afternoon have been reviewed. The candidates are entitled to their diplomas they will receive from Colerain High School.
We will begin the roll call with the Summas. So if everyone is in place. Sophia Wee Han Bick. Congratulations. Christy Carol Feldman. Anna Lucia Gaynor. Bhavya Nimesh Patel. Andrew Dale Ryu.
Aaron Burhe Abraha. Morgan Marie Akers. Carly Ann June Aldridge cum laude. Max Anthony Alfonso. Aaron Landon Allen Jr. Colin Jacob Allen. Kylie Alexis Allen cum laude. Nicholas Ray Allen Jr. cum laude. Trinell Lamont Armstrong Jr. Jordan Deshaun Austin. Kiera Malaya Ayers cum laude. Samuel Paul Bach. Zachary William Bear. Gabrielle Elizabeth Baker cum laude. Jordan Maurice Baker. Trinity Simone Barnes. Adam Marshall Bates magna cum laude. Terrace Rondé Bates. Tamar Janae Battle. Daryl Jean Bear. Michael Dwayne Beckley Jr. Patrick Ryder Burley. Helena Solomon Bazayu Belay. Sydney Renee Bell cum laude. Brian LeVar Demetrius Belton Jr. cum laude. Corinne Leanne Benford. Thank you.
Anton Jerome Benson Jr. Michael DeAdrian Best Jr. Malat Osfau Betewilin cum laude. Megan Catherine Beavis cum laude. Hitanshu Sandeep Bhatt. Brianna Nicole Bishop. Kayla Faye Bodon cum laude. Gabriel Aiden Boer. Kaylin Amari Booker. Angelique Diera Boston Brooks cum laude. Daniel Lewis Bowling Jr. Noah Anthony Breeze cum laude. Jacob Michael Roberts Brewer. Nicholas Andrew Brinker. Journey Ari Rain Britton. Alexander Damone Brown. Christopher Damone Brown, cum laude. David Amir Brown, cum laude. Liasia Shanae Brown. McKenna Marie Brown. Amaya Tiana Bryant, cum laude. Joshua Robert Budke. Courtney Shea Burchell. Brooklyn Emma Burns. Connor Jacob Bosom. Thank you.
Okay. Maggie Renee Kane. Brennan Tremaine Caldwell. Chi Nok Khan Kao, magna cum laude. Anessa Leah Carr, cum laude. Trinity Bell Carson. Adam Daniel Casagrande. Samantha Marisol Castillo Lopez. LaDante Isaiah Catlin, cum laude. William Michael Cheney. Jeffrey Thomas Chapman, cum laude. Nisha Chetri, cum laude. Ashley Grace Childress, magna cum laude. Sonia Chereva, cum laude. Isabella Renee Sigalotti, cum laude. Gabrielle Elise Coffey. Mary Anna Ruth Coleman, cum laude. Perry Aaron Coleman Jr., cum laude. Lyshay Unique Collier. Jeremy Benjamin Collins Campbell. Rebecca Grace Cordray. Yalen Coronado, cum laude. Manfredo Coronado Gabriel. Jake Tyler Cosgrove. Ralph Anthony Creekmore, cum laude. Precious Unique Crooks. Christian LeBron Daniels. Thank you.
China Shire Daniels. Noel Christopher Daniels Jr. Jaya Monet Davis. Paige Ariel Davis. Uriah Faith Dawson. Kajendra Dungel, cum laude. Mariama Diallo, cum laude. Michaela Isabella Demena.
Anybody. Way close there. Okay.
Turn me on, Jake.
Malik.
Thank you for that unexpected restroom break. We're going to continue now, all right? I think we're good.
Malik Juf. Dalton James Douglas. Trinae Ryan Duke. Aiden Vincent Duncan. Garrett Joseph Eggers. Jared Thomas Engel. Jacob Noah Fancher. Alexander Eugene Faulkner. Austin Michael Fisher. Khalil Amir Fisher. Jayla Anika Denise Fitzgerald, cum laude. Jalea Trinity Flint. Jemiah Essence Flint. Mizell Christian Edward Foster. Julia Ann Fry, cum laude. Sierra Nicole Furbacher. Isabel Irene Nicole Fuller, cum laude. Michael Edward Galloway II. Thank you.
Okay. Ariana Renee Galloway Reed, magna cum laude. Jeremy Garcia Dominguez. Andrew Joseph Goldstein, magna cum laude. Bailey Marie Green, magna cum laude. Garrett Jacob Griffith. Kalia Kamani Griffith. Hebron Desta Guerrera, magna cum laude. James Edwin Hadley, cum laude. Jalen Abrielle Harper. Sarah Nicole Harris. Christopher Lamont Hayes, Jr. Jalen Lamar Hayes. Christine Vadrine Hairston. Dradia Lynn Henderson, cum laude. Emmylou Paige Henry. Tomas Daniel Hernandez Rojas. William Michael Hess. Amani Kamar Hipshire Burton. Dylan Jack Hodge, cum laude. Brianna Holiday, cum laude. Samantha Nicole Hornback, cum laude. Carly Nicole Huber. Joseph Nicholas Huber. Jeremy Scott Huddleston. Olivia Grace Hunter. Damian Lee Houston. Thank you.
Mackenzie Elizabeth Houston Swain. Deshayla Lene Jackson, cum laude. Jalen Joseph Jackson. Bintu Dimbo Jada. Dylan Daniel Jewell. Elvira Carolina Jimenez Cristotomo. Armani Maria Elizabeth Johnson. Freddie Jorian Johnson. Malik Namir Johnson. Naomi Monique Betty Jones. Olivia Marie Jones. Alexis Elise Jovette, magna cum laude. Andrew Gabriel Jump, magna cum laude. Connor William Casemeyer. Yoel Jonas Casse. Devonte Laron Kiner. Jeffrey Michael King, cum laude. David Joseph Coney. Julia Marie Kreutzkamp, cum laude. Christine Ray Kuntz. James Owen Land. Patrick James Laverty, magna cum laude. Christian Mariah Lawson. Kaylee Rain Lawson, cum laude. Sky Rose Lehman. Thank you.
Perry Lee, cum laude. Javier Dwight Love. Moriah Nicole Lowe Peters. Shema Nadell Letvia. Caleb Robert Maddox. Diwash Megar, magna cum laude. Alpana Megar. Mitchell Mitchell Peter Manger, cum laude. Jaron Christina Mann, magna cum laude. Joshua Alexander Mapes. Sydney Renee Marquette. Benjamin Charles Marshall, cum laude. Honor Cecile Marshall. Tavier Lene Marshall. Gavin Tamir Martin. Raumel Ramon Martinier. Anina Malden. Aiden Cecil McLanahan. Connor Bradley McLelland, cum laude. Madison May McDermott. Madeline Paige McKinney. Alyssa Leigh McRoberts. Quinn Joseph Meyer. Alexis Lee Meyer, cum laude. Ethan Gregory Meyer. Dante Christopher Ortez Miller, cum laude. Thank you.
Aaron Deontay Mills. Isaiah Trayvon Montgomery, cum laude. Justo Rasmeldo Morales Crisostomo. Audrey Danielle Morgan Sharpnack, cum laude. Kyron Khalil Munya Ruff. Ethan James Murden. Shannon Montel Murray. Ada Ibrahima Ndai. Mamie Yassine Ndai. Maui Kweku Nevis, cum laude. Tone Bao Gwen, cum laude. Jade Elizabeth Nicely, cum laude. Jaden Ray Nichols. Ryera Ciasia O'Brien. Haley Grace Osterbrock. Ryan David Overstreet. Eric Philip Owens Jr. Jackson Haven Parsons. Shelby Elaine Pastor. Jaden Kyle Peschney. Michael Jaden Peebles. Hannah Susan Perry, cum laude. Annie Mae Peskin. Taya Yasmin Pewitt, cum laude. Nirmal Fuyal, cum laude. Megan Nicole Piccioni, thank you.
Dominic Michael Policano. Riley Nicole Pornoy, cum laude. Kenneth Tyler Prather, cum laude. Cariana Darielle Pruitt. Stephen Thomas Raybong. Ishor Rai. Seema Rai, cum laude. Yam Bahadur Rai, cum laude. Aaliyah Michelle Rayner, cum laude. Omarion Cortez Reese. Talik Sion Reese. Rafael Cruz Reyes. Catherine Jewel Reedy, cum laude. Kylene Renee Riemann. Jaden Michael Riggs. Joshua Isaiah Ringer. Taylor Elise Ritzy, cum laude. Caitlin Mary Roach. Zane Orion Roberts. Angel Simone Robinson, cum laude. Sean Paul Rodriguez Horning. Savannah Rose Rogers, cum laude. Haley Marissa Rohr. William Christopher Allen Russ. Paige Elizabeth Ruff, cum laude. Thank you.
Brooklyn Denise Russell. Tyrell Michael Russell. Warren Adam Russell. Christopher Ali Sanchez. Desiree Denise Sanderson, cum laude. Jacob Lee Sanderson, cum laude. Wesley Gregory Saylor. Macy Rose Schneider. Megan Elizabeth Schneider. Noah Darren Sears. Vidya Sharma. Devin Dwayne Shelton. Dylan Dwayne Shelton. Audrey Christina Siebel, cum laude. Brandon Curtis Sinclair. Emma Grace Singoff, cum laude. Brittany Marie Sizemore. Danielle Brennan Smith. Ella Suzanne Smith. Lane Jennings Smith. Deja Renee Smith Moore. Emma Grace Sprague, magna cum laude. Lachey Monique Staunton. Samantha Laurel Steinbach, cum laude. Deshaun Alexander Stewart. Stephen Joseph Stigler. Thank you.
Madison Nicole Stoynoff, cum laude. Abigail Alexis Sturgeon, cum laude. Umesh Suba. Nicholas Ryan Suter. Bria Simone Taylor. Lauren Anise Taylor. Brooklyn Renee Taylor Warren. Yuel Jonas Tuwelde. Jessica L. Tepfert, cum laude. Hannah Bell Tole. Nathan Andrew Triplett. William Anthony Truitt. Nicholas Stangetti Turner. Cameron Devonte Vanelle Sperling. Natalie Jason Vogt, cum laude. Jenna Danielle Wagner, cum laude. Lamarje Castro Walker. Todd Edward Watson, Jr. Bruce Lee Weaver, Jr. Katrina Evelyn Weber, cum laude. Julia Marie Weibel, cum laude. Rashana Vanessa Y. Katie Marie Warnicki, cum laude. Natalie Deborah Marie Williams. Ronald Montez Williams, Jr. Sean Michael Williamson. Thank you.
Jade Gabriel Willis. Serena Danielle Wilmez. John Wesley Wilson IV. Jolie Elizabeth Weesty, cum laude. Logan Michael Wolf. Jonathan Caesar Wojcik, magna cum laude. DeAndre Jelani Wright. James Lamont Yett, Jr. Nermeen Halal Yunin, cum laude. Joshua Herlich Zarati. Jacob Ross Zielinski, magna cum laude. Joseph Isaiah Parsons. Grayson William Christopher Carr. Dominic Blake Simpson. Livy Ann Kist. Nicholas Tanner Fatora, cum laude. David Lee Sanders, Jr. Migma Tamang. Savannah Leigh King. Christopher John Ebner, cum laude. Eldon Maclovio Marroquin Orozco. And Dajian Khalik Kishan Stuckey. Sagar Rai. Arija Panda Matango. Dinesh Rai. Suraj Rai. Thank you.
Please rise. I hereby declare the senior class of Colerain High School school as graduated. The students may now move their tassels to the left side. This concludes our ceremony. We wish many blessings to our graduates, families, staff, and the Colerain community. Thank you.
We want to thank you for being here this afternoon. We would ask that you stay put while the graduates exit the stadium. Thank you. Congratulations, class of 2021.